Capricorn, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the rest of 2025. I hope that you are doing well whenever this finds you. And let's get some insight into the final weeks of the year for you and the beginning of 2026. We're going to take a look at what you've learned this past year, how you're moving that forward, paying that forward in your growth, in your opportunities. We're going to be taking a look at the overall general energy, any challenge you might be facing during this time, and then some sweet love tea in what you don't see coming. So let's get started with some oracle messages first, and then we'll move into the tarot. Thank you for tuning in, for sharing a little bit of time with me during this extraordinary bookend, right? to an extraordinary year. So I hope that you're enjoying yourselves. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Capricorn. All right. I'm getting initially this vibe of you trying to slow your life down a little bit so you can enjoy and savor what you've built. Whatever that is. Okay, let's see. Let's get some angels. We have, I believe, healing energy. Many of you are healers yourselves. Your frequency heals. This could be you helping other people heal. That's part of your divine calling. Even if you don't consider yourself a healer, many of you are. You're in either an allied health profession, or you carry a healing frequency. Basically, you go out in the world and you bring warmth and love and high energy to people. Heightened energy to people, sorry. Just carrying a beautiful energy of love here. You know, I'm not doing this for anyone, but I just want to, there's some sort of specific message in this booklet. I'm not really reading these, but yeah, it's a blessing to receive this card because the energy it brings will mend any breakages, wounds, or emotionally raw situations that may be troubling your heart. Tuning into this. So if it could be someone else you're surrounded by, or you personally who's been going through a troubled time, and you're either trying to bring healing energy to this individual, or you are the one in need of healing. And the angelic realm is healing the situation, whatever breakage. Interesting. Let's leave it there. Okay. I've been pulling several, but I just feel like there's a very deep healing going on around you or within you at this time. Very strong emerald energy. If you've been feeling a strong energy around you or seeing more green, this is a confirmation. All right, let's now go into the tarot. I want to pull the Light Seers, which is a very healing deck. It has a green on the outside of it, actually, they're saying. All right, Capricorn, interesting. Maybe some of you are getting over a recent illness. Or ascension symptoms have been hitting you hard, not been sleeping well, feeling a little bit off. It's all very normal, okay? All right, let's see. Healing energy. Fascinating. All right, let's go into the overall general energy for you, Capricorn. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're juggling a lot, okay? Two of Pentacles. She's juggling so much, she's getting all twisted up. Right? There's a lot of movement in the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you're trying to center and ground. Let's go into the past. Eight of Swords. The World. Four of Swords. I'm getting this sense that sometimes you feel like you take the weight of the world on your shoulders, and it makes you feel overwhelmed. This could be in general or just in your personal life circumstances. I mean, in general, as far as just the world, current worldly affairs, wherever you are, wherever you live. Your journey this year has been to really carry this energy with you, the world. It's like you've gone through the hero's journey already, and you know when you're holding yourself back from doing your healing work. This could be just over preoccupying yourself with too much multitasking, not resting, not being still enough. This could be some of you being challenged physically, either personally or with people around you that are healing and holding energy for them, holding space, because you're showing up in this world energy. I'm not intuiting that it's, the typical read around closing out a cycle. This is you carry the world inside you. You have a universe inside of you of life that has been lived, and you are a healer. This is when sometimes it's when you're overgiving in your capacity to want to help other people, assist other people, full stop, not just one connection. It's like you carry this deep, deep healing energy. And at times it makes you feel depleted, and you may feel like, no, I don't have time, right? I've got too much on my plate kind of mentality. And I think this is something that you've been breaking down this year, so you can actually allow yourself, that's a limiting belief when you feel like you have to carry so much. We all have a lot of life circumstances. Some have a heavier load than others, but the way we perceive things is the work that we carry. And for you, you've had what I'm channeling, I'm intuiting that as a healer, as a healing frequency, you take on a lot of that. You absorb a lot of other people's energy. You take on a lot of what Mother Gaia needs of you, asks of you, and you deserve and reserve the right to rest and restore your energy whenever needed. And I think that that's something that maybe you're learning. Like, I don't have to go at this really pace where I'm juggling so much. I deserve time out. I deserve to pause. I deserve stillness. I deserve inner peace. I deserve inner quiet. And I think that's what, it's like you have this push-pull about it because of the Eight of Swords, Four of Swords. It's like in your mind, you carry so much, and Spirit says, take a load off of how you perceive your worldly demands, your worldly affairs, your worldly purview, or you're wanting to heal the world because you have this healing energy coming through here. Very interesting, Capricorn. So it's like a blessing and a challenge. It's like, don't hold yourself back from the wisdom that you did carry to other people. You need to give that to yourself too. Like, sometimes this is when it's not martyrdom. I'm not getting that. It's just you save, the crumbs of what you need last. This is breadcrumbing yourself when you say, I don't have enough time to rest because I'm too busy doing XYZ. I think too, in this deck, she's in her own cocoon, and she has been nursing her wounds, nursing a Three of Swords energy. The Four of Swords comes after the Three. And in this card, the Eight of Swords, we don't know if are these crows helping her, or are they the ones tying her up? Wow, I'm getting so much from that right now. Let's keep going though. Ooh, we have more air energy. Wow, this Gemini full moon is hitting you pretty deeply this week. For those of you tuning in, within about a 7-day period of me posting this, which I think most of my viewers do. This is around your leadership. Your divine masculine needs to give you a break. This could be around a connection, all right, that's undergoing a deep transformation. But I'm getting the sense this is about how you treat yourself. We're going to talk about both. We have the Two of Swords, more of that like crossroads going into situation and you're unsure, uncertain. But then there's really solid energy behind it, okay, or beside it with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. This is oftentimes when I look at entrepreneurs or people that have this really strong directive of being a leader and the blessings and the curse that come from that. You're in charge, but then also you may not you're so good at modeling to other people what it's like to have a hard work ethic or a leadership mindset that you don't often give yourself that nurturing that you need because you're busy. You're busy, with your goals, your plans, your dreams. And I think what you're learning is balance. It's mental balance around what you're building. Knowing that it's not built overnight. And if you're not enjoying what you're building, that's what I'm getting to. If you're not enjoying what you're building, that's why you're building it, right? Like underneath your intention here around what you're doing is I want to help heal the world. I'm deeply devoted to the healing of this planet, of humanity, and I am doing something about it, right? You're taking action. Very strong Mars energy here. But I think you're at this crossroads where it's like you're admiring what you've built this past year, but you're looking at how you want to build from a sustainable energy, a sustainable frequency, so you don't get depleted. So you're not feeling stuck in what you've built. This is often when people build so much that it becomes too hard to manage. It's interesting. I was just coming into this reading. I noticed that, I don't know if I talked to you before about her. I may have actually. Florence Given, she did this podcast. There's a big production company behind it. She's written several books and she had no creative control and she had to answer to people. And now she's taking her power back and she's doing something that's totally her own production, all hers. And this is often when we over assign our work to the point where we're losing the executive function over something. Now, whether this is about a relationship or about work, I think you're at a big crossroads in how you're going to shift your energy, shift your schedule, shift your pace, so you can bring balance back, restore balance to your way of life, to a connection, to the way you put so much pressure on yourself. Let's keep going. Near future, Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords. Gosh, you have got so much on your mind. Queen of Cups. I love it. Yeah, this is what you're doing. You're bringing your heart into what you're doing, but you're bringing heart to the way your mind tells you what you should or shouldn't do, can and can't do. It's like your mind is so powerful, Capricorn. It generates all these amazing things. And I think what you're trying to do is soften so you have more balance between your air energy and your water energy. And it's almost like you're hanging your mind out to dry, proverbially, and you're saying, I'm not gonna do this to myself. Yeah, Seven of Cups. I think that what you're doing is you're changing out of pushing yourself so much. The challenge is making the choice. It's like it's your way of handling uncertainty. This is when we micromanage our lives so much we're not even enjoying the flow of it, and we have so much on our plate. And this is when sometimes we need to take a look at what we've created and look back and go, okay, let's change our approach here. And that's what you're doing. Now, let's talk about this relationship I'm seeing, okay? Because there is a divine counterpart energy here. There are 3 queens and an emperor. So I feel like you are one step away. Again, your Queen of Wands is kind of what's not here. And it's around being so depleted in your earthbound energy. This is like your physical energy. Maybe getting overly taxed by whatever it is you're doing, whether it's in a relationship or in a relationship with another person or a relationship with yourself. And it's the end. It's the end of you saying yes when you mean no. It's the end of you taking on too much in what you're trying to build and slowing down and being more mindful. Just like Florence Given. She's like, all right, this isn't working for me. Maybe I'm spreading myself too thin. Let's distill everything. Let's streamline it. So you could be streamlining your approach to a relationship or streamlining your approach to your life at this time. That's why there's so much on your mind. You're like, okay, I need to change my schedule. I need to change how I approach this, because many of you, I'm getting this strong entrepreneurial energy. And if it's not that, it is a divine masculine that you've been building with. You're at a crossroads. Things have been a little topsy-turvy. You're trying to make some decisions. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure if you should stay in this. You're not sure if it should end. But what you do know is that you want your heart and mind to align. Don't want them to be in any kind of discord where your heart is saying one thing and your mind is saying another. Okay? Many of you have been really trying to work on expressing yourself and not holding back when it comes to a connection in your life, and standing up for your needs, standing up for your desires, and not silencing yourself or shrinking, becoming someone you're not. Okay? I'm getting all of that. All right. Where are we going to go next? Let's go to the sweet love tea, because since we are talking about some sort of relationship, let's talk about this. Messages of love. Yeah. There's been a little bit of damage caused. We've got 2 people that are holding their heads in a lot of thought and worry and concern. Let's keep going. So we have damage. We have escape. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. I left when things got hard. You may be on pause with somebody at this time in your life. There is a conversation coming in. We have escape. I left when things got hard. We have conversation. I want to call you and hear your voice. Space. I need more time to think. And timeless elegance. You are always beautiful to someone who loves you. Confident, real, and standards. Okay. Well, Capricorn, it does seem like you're at a crossroads in a relationship. All right. This is one of those end of year readings where I'm going to be touching on a lot of things. So there's a lot of healing energy coming in, trying to heal a relationship here that you have in your life, and you're trying to get your heart and your mind to agree here. And we have these crow that are kind of carrying us through here. We have the crow over the 8 of Swords. You know, you feeling stuck, perhaps in a situation, bound to something, uncertain about the future. You've built something with this person. This could be a business partner, or it could be a romantic partner. You want to make the right decision, but you're unsure. You're not sure which way to go. And then we have the crow coming. Those are 2 of Swords, the crow, right? These are crow or thoughts. And here we've got, in the 10 of Swords here, she has laid down in the ground long enough to indent it. And then we've got the crow kind of leading her out down a new path, where she is truly here because of the Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups aligned. He aligned with the divine feminine, which is, I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to come back into balance between my heart and my mind. Okay. So interesting. We do have a very clear timeline of you, many of you tuning into this reading, feeling like you're hurting from something. Somebody left when things got hard. They want to have a conversation. I feel like you're still thinking about this, but there's something very real and true about the love you share. But does this situation meet your standards? No wonder you're kind of at this crossroads. Interesting. Let's now clarify. Let's clarify and see what's really going on underneath the surface here. I'm going to look at this Two of Pentacles first, because this is, being pulled in two different directions and feeling all, whether you're just overtaxing your schedule or you are going through some sort of relationship crisis. Let's look at this Two of Pentacles. I'm going to read for both timelines, okay, that I'm pulling in today with the viewership tuning in today. We've got many of you who are really at a crossroads of indecision and uncertainty around a relationship in your life that's been on pause, and some important shifts. And others of you who are really changing the way you approach your decision making around what you take on and work. Healing nonetheless surrounding you. Queen of Cups. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles here. This is overall general energy here that you're facing here. A lot of love and empathy you need to bring into the room towards self, towards this person. Queen of Cups, the moon. Wow. Uncertainty. Uncertainty. This full moon, something's coming to a head. Five of Wands. Two of Swords. Again. You've been going through a lot of obstacles and challenges here, and I think there is a lot that is coming up this week for you, for many of you tuning in, that's beneath the surface. Feelings that are coming up around this situation. And they're putting you in two minds for sure. Spirit's trying to get you to access your heart at the end of the year. Really listen to what your heart is telling you. Your heart's desires. What is your heart telling you? Not your mind, your heart. And sometimes it's very hard to get clear about that. Because then you say, well, I have these feelings for this individual, but then you go into all this historical data over the way it's made you feel. And you can't get clear on the real pure energy of it and what you really, really desire. I think there's going to be some clarity coming in, because we do have a Ten of Swords situation. It's either you're going to start a new cycle with this person, or it's going to be completely done. All right. Let me go into this past energy. Now, if this has to do with career, definitely similar approach. Sometimes we kind of have this like go, go, go mentality over this fear of uncertainty around what we're building. And it creates so much stress. And I feel like for you, you take on a lot of stress in how much you do every day. And in your caretaking, many of you are, Queen of Cups in your energy field is I am a lover. I am a giver. I have a lot on my plate with this Five of Wands. The moon, it seems like it's never ending. I'm juggling a lot. Let's go into this Eight of Swords, Four of Swords world. I'm going to get some backstory here. Actually, tell me to put one card over this healing energy. One card over this healing energy. I'm pulling my hair. I don't know. Is that literal? Have y'all been really... I say that metaphorically. Nope. They said it's going to come out. Yep. Yeah. Oh, this is about what you desire. Not sure. Another Seven of Cups. Temperance. It's like the healing energy is around you asserting yourself and not clouding your judgment. There's confusion over really coming back into balance here. Like, you're like, can we really bring balance to the situation? And I think when times like these arise and you're at a crossroads in anything in your life, whether it's this is unsustainable, I can't work like this, or I can't live like this, or I can't deal with this situation, it's unsustainable. This is when you need to really just focus on your energy, which I see you doing that. This is like, I'm going to take care of myself now. Okay. I need to come back into balance, and I need to get out of this confusing energy in my mind and in my heart. And you've got healing energy coming in to help you with that. Okay. That's why and Sagittarius season, Temperance, okay, is very much an opportunity for you to get clear, right? Especially around what you want to do with that Queen of Wands. So many queens here. There's the King, and we have the Emperor. King. Yeah, many of you, this is your approach to your careers. And if it's not, let's talk about both. Let me keep it simple here. I'll try to. You're very passionate, Capricorn. Capricorns are moving forward just like so driven, so passionate, so bold, so assertive, so much fire. Okay. Again, anything worth building, you got to take your time doing it. And I think that for you, you're trying to temper your energy here. And that the lessons for you this year have a lot to do with slowing your life down around what you're building and healing, restoring your energy around what you're manifesting. Many of you, I've said this before, I will say it time and time again, Capricorns, you are powerful builders. You are powerful manifestors. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. This is putting your energy towards something, tangible results. Knight of Pentacles, taking a long-term approach. King of Pentacles. I think you have we have a match in energy here. I think that there's something that has come in to your life in the past year, or it's still in your life. It doesn't matter when it's come in, but you have an energy around you, okay? And it's stable, it's reliable, it's putting energy into this. I'm not sure what went wrong here. I think you have somebody who, I don't see what the damage was per se, just as there's some sort of damage that was done. It could even be outside influences. It could be external circumstances. It could be, who knows? Because Five of Wands is, whether it's obstacles and challenges that are inherent in the connection or in the people surrounding you. Could be family drama, family ties, family circumstances that are weighing heavily on a connection. I'm just getting this really practical approach to you and your life and your journey. And the more you can do that, the easier your life will be. Okay? It's like when you feel so pulled to create something, to build something, I think you're learning how to be very mindful of your energy output. And as it relates to a relationship, I do see someone who, you know, wants to build with you, but they're really slow. Like slow, so slow that it's making you feel held back. It could be even if you are in partnership and you're going through challenges, it could be somebody who is really trying to rebuild their own finances, their own stability. And like I said, you helping hold healing energy for this individual. Let me keep going. Actually, what's interesting, I never do that. Saying we need another deck here, Jenna. This isn't that one. We're running out of the energies. I feel like because we're going to get a repeat. Interesting. They want me to switch decks. I just saw the Tower. There's something undergoing a radical shift at this time. Justice, Six of Pentacles, Four of Wands. All right. I got to keep going because this is really interesting to me. This is about many of you connection. It's see, the reason why I'm not sure who I'm reading for here, I don't know if you're the Emperor or if someone else is, because there's clearly two very different energies here. All right, let's talk about this. That's why this is confusing. And why you're confused. I feel a very confusing energy here. You want fairness in what you commit to. And I do see something really beautiful here that you've built. I'm not sure why it's at a crossroads. Maybe you're trying to make big decisions together and you're being pulled in two different directions. One of you wants this future, the other one wants that future. And there's maybe somebody, it's the way they deal with problems. They shut down and escape. And too much space is taken. It's like a tactic and it causes damage. But I'm seeing here that there is a big choice on the line here in the near future. I feel like there's a very big transformation going on in a relationship in your life at this time. And if you are really concerned about which way it's going to go or what you should do, it's like when we have something that we've waited a long time to come into our lives. This is for only people who've met someone this past year. And you waited and waited and waited and waited. And it finally came in. But this person isn't exactly where you are in their lives. And you're holding steady, okay? Now reverse the roles if you see fit here. It's like one person in this situation, in this equation, is bringing so much stability and balance. It's helping stabilize somebody else. But make sure it doesn't take too much out of you. Or conversely, this person, depending on who, I can't tell who's who here. Really can't. I'm going to tell you how I see it. There's a big choice here, Capricorn. And I think what you're doing each time, if this is you, okay, stabilizing someone else who tends to shut down on you, I think you're telling this person this is not the way to handle our issues. It's like almost like, it's like this is when someone, without meaning to, puts the relationship on the line whenever there's a conflict. And it's like a defense mechanism. That's what I'm seeing here. The Seven of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Lovers. Over the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like whoever is the feminine in this is saying, all right, this ain't going to work. Okay, this is not going to work for me. I don't have the energy to be holding space for this like this. And I feel like what this is, overall, I'm seeing as a course correction in a dynamic. And when you take space, it's allowing you to come into alignment with you. So you actually aren't overgiving in a situation, and you're really listening to your intuition when you make these decisions together. Because I am seeing this isn't, there is definitely an energy here with you. Okay, this isn't. And if it's not an energy of another person, it really is you needing to change the way you approach your life and the way you approach your head of household. If you're single, trying to bring more balance into overgiving in your day-to-day demands and making sure you save enough for yourself at the end of the day. There's a very, very beautiful deepening, Capricorn, in your energy here, this High Priestess. I feel like she's taking you inward around your choices. I would say stand your ground, right? Many of you are identifying with what I'm saying here around overstabilization of someone in your life and how that can take its toll. You know what I mean? Got somebody who's not stable. I don't mean mentally unstable. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Just not coming in solid, stable energy that helps you build something sturdy because of this Two of Pentacles. And as much as you want to pour your heart into this, there's something about it that's challenging for you. And Spirit's like, you don't want to go down. This is like, we need to change this dynamic for the better. Okay? And make healthy decisions, because in your challenge here, the decisions, the uncertainty is this person, whoever you're dealing with, this is it, is not happy inside with themselves. There's something they've got to heal. And it's almost like when you're like, okay, I can only stay here long enough and hold space for this person to get their shit together. And then I don't want to wait. I don't want to put my life on hold. Some of you, if this isn't about a person, this is about you not waiting to go towards the things that you want to take action on, and being in so many different minds about it, and being indecisive where you can't even move forward. It's like fear of the unknown when going to that next level, getting out of your comfort zone and actually making yourself happy with, just like Florence Given, going towards what you want to build. Okay. For the most part, I'm seeing more of a relationship crisis. But for those of you who really want to talk more about career, there is this, you need to be careful with balance, the balance of energies in your life around the way you're giving and the way you need to be staying grounded in your own energy at the same time. Okay? This is when we start to take on other people's energy, and that's their healing, not yours. Too much enmeshment's not good for a relationship. And I think sometimes, like, you're definitely taking space from somebody, and I think it's helping you get grounded in what you want and how you want to move through this connection. I have to get some advice. This has definitely drawn me in, Capricorn. I haven't had one like this for you in a while. You got to really listen to your intuition, because your intuition is speaking loudly. This is your inner guide, your inner wisdom. Inherently what it means, inner wisdom. And there's something about you standing your ground and making a decision. Maybe you're putting a stop to things being on hold, because the challenge is this external energy. For many of you, this is an emperor in your life, or this is your career. You're moving forward, definitely making a big decision at year's end. Let's see. Let me get you some advice around this. Advice, Spirit. I got 4 decks on the table. Goodness, Capricorn. You put me through my paces today. I hope I just made you laugh, because it's definitely been an intense situation. All right, here we go. I'm like, well, at least in my mind, right as I was shuffling, I was like, at least we haven't seen the Devil or the 7 of Swords yet. You're losing faith in something really being healthy for you. 7 of Swords. Queen of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups sideways. Yeah. There's a reconciliation or something on hold. A coming together on hold. Sideways. It's like no matter how much you really want to love someone or open your heart and really have empathy and like be in this holding space, there's something about not trusting a situation to come together in the way you want it to. Obstacles and challenges. 5 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. Wow. You're being guided to hold your energy back, okay? We have the 4 of Pentacles, Judgment. I feel like the universe is stepping in here. 3 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I can see your intent. It's so pure. I'm getting that you got to clear up some trust issues with this person, okay? Ultimately. Embrace the unknown. And let love bloom on its own. Mystery. Believe. Let go. Sweet allure. I think you're being called to let go. Time. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. The way you love can never be matched. Wow. Capricorn, this is a very interesting reading. I want to have equal give and take. I feel like that's where you're coming from. I think you had very high expectations for this person. I think you are going to have a communicating and saying what needs to be said. Tough love, truth talk, love stories. Sweet allure. There's something about giving this the space it needs. Okay. You're standing strong. I feel like the more time passes, the more you're not sure, but it's like this person has to get stable, right? They're trying here. I feel like you need to give this time. I would say at least 4 days, 4 weeks, something about time here, that it needs time. You both need a little bit of space. I think from what I'm gathering here, there has been some sort of ending. Okay. But there is somebody here who is trying to level up. It's like your heart is still carrying so much for this person. Okay. Now, if this doesn't have to do with another person, this is you really giving yourself more love than you have ever given yourself when it comes to, like, can you look back on what you've built and really be like proud of yourself and allow yourself to receive? This is like being in receivership of the abundance that you've created and enjoying that abundance. Some of you are taking back your power and claiming more independence over your own creations, over your own work. I'm getting that for some of you. And you're in the lead. You're taking control, right? Because the Emperor, at the heart of it, is taking control, finding satisfaction. You're being challenged in that. It's like whether you're pivoting in your career and you're trying to make choices to change and take more creative control over your business or over your work, your leadership. I feel like there's this, like, something on hold. There is an opportunity. I think you're going to get an apology from someone in your life who you had a falling out with. It could have been a work falling out or a love falling out, but it's hard for me to imagine this is a work situation. It's entirely because there's so much. You're showing up with your heart open. I mean, we have 3 Queen of Cups. You love this person. Truly. They're having a hard time. There's some sort of interference here. I don't know if they just don't feel good enough. A lot of people can do that. They're like, they have so much self-loathing internally. How can someone love you fully if they don't even love themselves? And that destroys so many relationships. This was a needed one. I haven't done one like this in a really long time, but looks like you're dealing with some damaged goods. Okay? And if it's not about another person here, please give yourself more love. Okay? And give yourself a break. Enjoy your life. Savor the sweet little things. Right? You need to balance out your career and your family life. And I think that you're working on it. Okay? It's a work in progress. Let's get a Gateway of Light activation. This was a deep one. Chamber of the Violet Flame. Karmic release. Radical transformation. I already know that one. Crystal skull. The wisdom. Clarity, divine healing, and high vibrational energy. Let's see which one they want me to read. Which one do you want me to read? Actually, they want me to throw in this third one under the mix. Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's no wrong path here. I feel like you need to trust in your own discernment here. I feel like you are so aligned with your intuition here. You're standing your ground. You're kind of, it's a make or break. Okay. Tell me when to stop. Stop. Okay, Chamber of the Violet Flame, that was the first one. But if you have this deck, whoa, Gateway of Light activation, you might want to really take a look at Crystal Skull Wisdom and Akashic Stargate. I believe that you've got a multiple timeline. This is a big choice point this week, okay? And you're trying to find clarity and reach for the highest timeline possible because you don't want to be, you may be releasing someone at this time, Capricorn, taking your power back, all right? And aligning with you, whether it's in business or in love, suffering some major, this person might be really disappointed because you may not trust the situation at the end of the day to come back together again. Let's look at this karmic release. chamber. Sorry, I'm having a hard time finding it. There it is. I was right there. Oh my. The violet flame is a spiritual retreat space that holds a powerful energy of transformation and transmutation. It can be visited in meditation and invoked through prayer and affirmation. Spiritually, it is seen within a chamber, often as a giant roaring flame, and sometimes with silver and gold shining through the violet. When we connect with the violet flame, we're being given the opportunity to detach. Wow. Okay. Interesting. To detach from lower vibrational experiences and turn darkness into light. Yeah. You have the moon here. See, I didn't see the sun. I feel like you're coming into alignment after an ending or a pause, and there's just that wobble, right? Of like, is this going to come back together or not? I need a time out. And while you're taking the time out, you're coming to all of these conclusions. That you want stability and security. You want to feel strong, sovereign. You're tired of this dynamic. I do feel like some of you are going to try one more time, and some of you aren't. But this is a multiple timeline choice period of time for you, Capricorn. And there's no wrong choice. Ultimately, this is the gateway of alchemy. Alchemy is the art of turning lead into gold. And so from an energetic perspective, the violet flame is where we place all that is leaden and heavy in our life and turn it into a golden opportunity. When you receive this card, know that the violet flame of transformation has been brought to you by your angels and guides, which we did have healing energy at the outset of this reading. They are encouraging you to see that you're in a space of radical transformation. Transformation can be overwhelming, but know the hand of the divine is leading the way. All past trauma is now being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on releasing all the energies that are no longer serving you. The violet flame is here to transmute fear into love. If any fear is rising up inside you now, know that it is simply a call for love. Call in the strongest form of love you know and allow those in your inner circle to support you through this transformational time. You are an alchemist with the capacity to take on all the leaden aspects of your life and turn them into golden opportunities. You can align your life with the divine plan now and live in a more purposeful way. Yeah, there's some sort of alchemy going on out of feeling held back, stuck. It's like somebody around you just is moving too slow, okay? And there's been some confusion. This is also, taking your time with life at the end of the month, okay? Slowing down, practicing a lot of self-love and self-care. I want to get one more. I want to pull in a little bit more for you. Wow, this was a long one. I never go this long, but this was a very complicated, intense reading. I learned to celebrate myself by reflecting on how far I've come, okay? Celebrate your wins. I trust that I will know when something is right for me. All right. Good way to end. All right. Take care, Capricorn. I'll see y'all soon in the annual readings. Namaste.